Hello, let's play a bunch of daily word games. Today's bonus game is Summit. Now, Summit doesn't fit, but if it accepts this, no, okay. So, what should we start with? Mount. Okay. The right word ends in T. The left word, we have a yellow UT. I think I get more information by guessing the right word. So we'll just end something in T. What's a good word that ends in T? We're not doing NT. We could do ST, I suppose. Blast. Let's try blast. All right, we got an S on the left, just an A on the right. The A is not in the middle. I want to guess tacit. It doesn't get much info on the left, but I think on the right it's very helpful. Apparently not. Okay. And then the T is not even first on the left. I think on the left we're ST something U. Although, if that's the case, I don't know what goes between that T and U. Maybe RU? Can't be... Whoa, sorry, there's a moth in my room. Holy cow. Can't be strum. Or... Yeah, I can't... Go away, moth. Go away. Shoot. It's gonna bother me all video. Can't be strut, can't be strum. I can't think of a word. So maybe not that. Okay, so I don't know what the left word is either. Let's just keep guessing this right word. I'm thinking it ends in AT at this point. Could it be like an EAT word? Is there a word for that left? Great. This is a great guess. Okay. So it's A something ERT. Avert. Has to be. Yes. Okay. Good thing it was avert because I'm down to 2 guesses. This left word, I learned almost nothing. We learned there's no E. Oh, is it... Okay, there is a U. I was going to say, is it tryst? But can't start with T, and also there's a U. So that's no good. Could it be something like... See, the U can't go in the middle. Like S-U-T? Like, we only have U. And Y, I suppose. Yeah, there's no R. So we can't do S-T-R-U. I want to do something like study, but the U can't be in the middle. There's nothing that goes between an ST and a U here, is the problem. So it's not ST. I'm thinking about U second. And then how do we do that? Would it be UST? Ooh, something like busty, but there's no B. Dusty. Yeah, dusty avert. All right. Cool. Dusty avert. Well, let's move on to Fibble. So in Fibble, each guess has exactly 1 lie. So maybe, actually, I kind of know what the lie is in Renew here. But I was going to say, maybe this E is yellow or green, or maybe this W is supposed to be yellow or green, right? So one of these colors is wrong, exactly one of them. But look at this. We have a gray E here and a yellow E here. That's not a valid Wordle coloring. If there's 1 E in the word, this E should have been yellow. And if the E was in one of these 2 places, they should have been green. So that means one of these E's is lying, which means there is no R, N, or W in the word. So we have to have a lie, one of these E's. I'm thinking about saying this E lied and should have been green. In which case we'd have an E here, and then we could do like a double E word, if I can think of one, that still uses letters we need. Like seedy. I think that's a good guess. All right, they were both gray. That means there can't be more than 1 E. That means this E is not lying. Because if this E was lying, we'd have more than 1 E. Because in order to have more than 1 E, these would both have to be lying. So this is telling the truth. And so that means we either have 1 or 0 E's. And if this, so this is lying, but we don't know if it's lying as green or gray. I could try to have it lie as green, but we're kind of running out of ways to do that. There's not a, like, that's not a really good placement for that E at this point. Because we can't do ED, we can't do ER, we can't even do EN, EW. We might be able to do EL, but I'm thinking there's just no E. So let's just start a word with S. And if there's no E, then we need to use a D or a Y. So maybe start with S, end in Y and see how that goes. Something like smiley could work. Oh, I guess that's EY, darn. Okay, smiley does not work. Smoky then, smoky. Okay, so it's doubling down on this green S. It's doubling down on the gray Y. Unfortunately, that means that we don't have any useful lies at this point. So I could continue to use the SY and just try to use that M somewhere. Can I think of a good word for that? Slimy? Ooh, slimy's all gray. So this is what I call an X-wing. There's a lie between these S's and there's a lie between these M's. There's only two lies between smoky and slimy altogether. So one of them's the S, one of them's the M. Anything that's not an S or M is telling the truth. That means this Y is telling the truth. We also have a lie between these, but there's nothing other than the Y. There's nothing else that we really used between them. It is quite possible. Well, we need an S or an M. Yeah, one of these S's or M's is lying. I'm thinking that this M was lying and that we actually do have an S. And that would mean either using an E here or using a D somewhere. Let's see if we can figure out a way to use a D. I'm kind of running out of vowels. We have A and U. Like, the D doesn't have to go there, but I'm kind of want it far away from the S. That's why I'm kind of visualizing it there. Study still looking really good. Actually, study was last game, but we can't end in Y, so it can't be study. I could try something like studs. It's not gonna be the answer because it's plural, but I think that'll help a lot. So let's just guess it. All right, so what did we learn? We didn't learn a whole lot, did we? Is there an STUD word? No, we can't have the T and D line. So S something UD, like should, or darn. What am I gonna do here? Can I do SQUE? Is there a word? I don't see one. Darn, that was such a good idea. That works, but I can't think of a word. Yeah, there isn't a word that I can think of, and we can't do two E's. So even if squee was a word, which I don't think it is, squeeya, squep, squeg, squef. No, okay. So SHU, E or D. Those are our options. Oh, but then if we use the D, okay, what's going on here? Okay, I'm pretty convinced at this point this S is the lie. There's no way we're getting lies all the way down like that. So, I mean, it's just very improbable. So that means there's no M. That means that's the lie. That means there is an S, right? So we're at this point. I feel like we have to have the D. But if we do that, that means we actually have S something U. We need a T and a D somewhere. That's actually not possible. So I think we actually do have this E here. I think these D's are telling the truth. I think this E's lying is yellow, which is crazy, but we got to consider it. And that means either we need to have the U or this T lying. I think the U lying makes more sense at this point, because if the U is not lying, we're S something UE, which I just don't think is a word. So that means we're S. We need a T somewhere. So like something like this, or like ending in ET. This is a tough one. S something TE. Can't do ST. Unless we do STU. But then we still need this E here. That's just not a word. S-A-T-E. I can see sated, but we can't use the D at that point. Oh, did I make some bad assumption? I could go back to the drawing board here. I don't really want to, but I can't think of a word. All right, let's just mark what we know for sure and not have any assumptions in here. Okay, so we did get an X-wing between these S's and M's. That's the first thing I want to mark. And then that means there's no Y in the word. If this M were lying, then we'd have no S. Let's actually look at that. What happens if the S lied this entire time? That means this M is lying. So we would need a T-U-M, and then there would be no E in the word, so the E would be this. We know there's no R-N-W, right? So this E would be the lie. So we're down to, we have a U in the middle, and we have to use an M and a T somewhere. Like thumb. Wow, that S lied in the same way 3 times. That is nasty. Holy moly. No wonder I was struggling. Okay. Well, how'd you do on this one? All right, let's play Betweenle. Start with lucky per usual. Near L, near lucky-ish. Probably not starting with L. I'm gonna skip to N, like a middling or late N. What's a good one? Like north? Okay, I didn't go quite far enough. Now, do we stay in N or do we go to O? I could try like Oaken, which is a really early O. Okay, well, oh wow, that barely moved the needle. So we're either starting with O or P at this point. I could try an early P, like paint. Oh. I've been getting so lucky in Betweenle lately. So I got paint in 4. How'd you do? All right, let's play Summit. So let's hit start here. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit. There we go. Okay, now I'm gonna redo my intro. Let's do Summit. So the way this game works is we're given some letters and a hint. And the hint is to just the bottom word. We need to use all of these letters down here in the keyboard. And those letters are placed in the rest of these slots. And we need to make words kind of around. So if we look at the help here, you can see that along the left, chord is a word from bottom left to top right. So you kind of go around in a circle. So you've got crest, you've got chord and dwelt. And then also the top 2 don't have to be words, but or and hall need to be words. So there we go. So this bottom word, it's usually good to think about controlled by a clock. I'm thinking about tick, but there's actually no C. Time, maybe a timer could be at the bottom. And then this word this needs to be a word for the starting with T something all the way up. And it has to go before a G. So I'm thinking it's going to be a vowel. I think ogre is an interesting word here. And then we've got T. I wonder why that turned green. I wonder if that means it's correct. All right, so T-O, does that mean timer's wrong? I feel like timer has to be right. So this is going to be a word as well. And also this is going to be an A-E-R word. So like waiter, or let's see, W-T-O. Like toad. I wonder if this is walk, because I like the K there. Daker is not a word. Maybe not walk. I see. I don't know if turning green means it's right or just saying, hey, yeah, that's a word. I guess ogre doesn't have to be correct. So I like A-E-R here, and this is a G. So like, what else would it be? I don't see how we're doing E-G. ego or something? No. Okay, so I like OG. Once we do that, it's ogre, isn't it? Okay. Sorry, I typed the wrong letters. Ogre. And then does that mean this isn't timer? Controlled by a clock. It feels like to me the final vowel goes here, this O in the middle. And then this would be an E. That's what it feels like to me. Like an ED, but Dawer and Daker. Okay, I'm going to fill in walk and just see what it has to say. Does the help say that when it turns green, it's correct? Ah, if the word's correct, it all lights up green. So ogre and walk are correct, but not timer. Interesting. So if it's not timer, what is it? Controlled by a clock. What is this? Is this maker? Maker. I don't know if this is supposed to light up. I like these ERs here though. But no, maybe it's supposed to be raked. Ah, raked is correct. And then mower? No. Tower? And then timed. Instead of timer, it's timed. Oh, I should have realized because it was past tense. Controlled by a clock. Timed. Oh. So it's not that a timer is controlled by a clock. It's... Okay. Yeah, it's more like a crossword style clue. Okay, makes sense. So we got timed, tower, raked, walk, and ogre are our words. Nice. Well, let me know what you thought of this game and how'd you do? All right, let's play Word 500. What should I start with? Let's start with timer. 2 yellows. So I like to think it's the vowels when that happens. We're going to work off that for now. Maybe swap them. Just an EI word of some kind. Is there an EI word? Gotta find one. You know, I like the R as well. I like the T. Instead of that, let's just keep the E. And let's bring in this R as yellow. And that way we can do like an RE word. There's a lot of those. In fact, actually, what are we doing here? It should be easy to find one. Okay, I'm going to guess rec. 1 green. Okay, so I'd like to think we got this E correct. Or, you know, R's do like to be there. But let's say we have the T yellow instead. So maybe like an STE word. That seems reasonable. But what would we finish that with? Like steel. 1 green, 2 yellows. So if we're right about the ET, then the T is still yellow. And then we could have the A, we could have the L. I'm thinking about L, like LE something T. Like LENT, glint. I think glint is a word. I'm just gonna guess it because it will be helpful. 3 greens and 1 yellow. So I think LET are correct. Ooh, but 1 yellow here would then mean I'd have to start with N or put a G here, neither of which looks good. So maybe one of these is yellow. Like the T. It doesn't really help, does it? All right, let's clear this out. 3 of these letters are green and 1 is yellow. I think that means we did get the E green here, E green here, E green here. So no WR. Does it necessarily mean the T is correct? I feel like it kind of does mean that. So much is correct here. If I didn't have the T, then I would have, yeah, so in this case, I would need 2 more letters, S-A-L. Even if I brought in this L, then I still have L-E-G-N-A-S and still an I-M. That's too many letters. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, yeah. Well, I double counted the L and the E. But we'd have 1, 2, so we'd have L-E. Besides L-E, we'd have S or A, G or N, I or M. It technically works. Hold on. So we got the T wrong. Well, if that's yellow, it doesn't have to be yellow, though. We could have gotten the L correct. We need all 4 of these. Sorry, we need all 4 of these. Yeah, so I counted wrong. So we need 4 from this, and then a new letter SA and a new letter IM. Yeah, that doesn't work. So we definitely got the T right. So T, I'm just going to mark yellow, even though it could be green. And I'll try to remember that's what I did. E is yellow, T is yellow. We got the E and the T. And then here, the T has to be yellow. And then we have an A, L, or S. I'd like to think the L, just because I think that introducing the SA. Yeah, I think L is basically guaranteed. So, okay, now at this point, we do have the L and the T. One of them is green at least. And then an N or a G, also green or yellow. This doesn't really help me, does it? I mean, I could say we have the N. Now, obviously, two out of these 3 yellows are actually supposed to be green. But if I make the L green, then the N or T would have to go before it, and we can't do that. So basically, we're L something ENT, I feel like. But that also doesn't feel like a word. Really doesn't. Or is there an or? Not with this. There's not an or with this. I guess we could not have the N. No, NL doesn't work. Yeah. If we didn't have the N at all, we could be G something ELT. That also doesn't seem to work well. Okay, so what about like GLET? Darn it, what's this word? We're not this. NL. L something ENT, I couldn't find something. E is green all the way through. T yellow. We're not TL. So I think that means G is in the word. We know E's in the word. It means green. But that's GLET. Nothing works. Let's consider what's going on here. E definitely. E definitely. Let's consider T yellow here. T yellow here, but not the L. So we need the GNT. I think it's agent. Yes. Agent works. I should just type it. Wow, that was tough. So the L ended up being gray or red. Interesting. Cool. That took a while, but how'd you do? All right, let's do polygonal. So Hexpert is on. This repeats and this repeats. I like to try ing when I can. And that means that we have this repeated letter and then N-I-N-G. Evening? Oh, I got it in one. Nice. Nice. Okay, ing paid off. What I could have guessed, that was the only ing word. Cicadas. Wow, that's thematic. There's cicadas everywhere right now. In some areas. Cool. All right, well, let's do the mini. These repeat. What do I like to do? I think I like to do start in this case. Let's start with start. A in the middle. Okay, so this still repeats. It could be EA, IA, but I'm thinking about a consonant at this point. What would I do? Flail? Okay, there's an L, but it's not the repeated letter. So it makes me want to put it there. We could start with L, but then it would definitely be like low something. Or, nah, not a U. Ah, here we go. Leave. Nice. Got it. 3. Sweet. Well, how'd you do? Let's do Symble. Start with Blaze. Nothing from Blaze, so my follow-up is Toxin. We like that uncommon letter. Nothing from Toxin. Okay. It's been a while. I forget what my third word usually is. I think I don't have one. So let's just come up with something we like. We've used A-E-I-O. So there's probably a U in the word. In fact, we could do a UY word. That seems reasonable. Something like gummy, mummy, but I'd like to do, if possible, not a repeated letter. So like pushy. UY are, that's almost certainly green, because otherwise we're swapping the U and the Y. Yeah, it's not happening. So we are a UI word. Could still be gummy, mummy. Could be maybe RRY. Is there another? Yeah, there's ducky. We can guess ducky. I'm trying to get these letters out of the way. It's going to end up being mummy or gummy, isn't it? Let's just guess mummy. See which ones are M. Okay, gummy. Darn. If I just gone for gummy when I said it was probably gummy. Oh well. Yeah, that's a really nasty trap. It could have also been yummy. Definitely could have been yummy. Maybe rummy? I think rummy might be a word too. Yeah, really nasty trap. But I got gummy in 6. How'd you do? All right, let's play blind Fusele. So the way this game works is it's like a combination of a bunch of different variants. So here we have 2 incognito tiles as our first. We have random twists per guess, and we don't know what the twist is until we're about to make that guess. That's what the blind part is. There's also a non-blind version, but I only play the blind. So that means these 2 letters, or these 2 slots, we're not going to know what their color ends up being. So we want a start that puts good letters into these 3 spots. So probably like an ST word, like sting, is pretty good. All right, so now we know there's no ST or N. This is my favorite twist. You can't actually get the answer right, but you guess anything except a real word. So basically just fill random letters. So we'd like to try to find out, like maybe is there an R second? I'd also like to know if there's an L somewhere. So I'm going to put an L in the middle there. I'd like to know if there's an E. Let's put the E in that spot. In fact, you know what? Let's put the L here and let's test for an ER word like that. And then what are some other high value letters we haven't tried yet? I don't really want to do more vowels. We'll get the vowels over time. There's not great letters left. So let's get a W and a V just in case it's an ER word. I know that's a bit strange, but right, it's not an ER word. There's an E here. Maybe the R is second. Now this twist, we're going to have a lie, like Fibble. We just played that. So one of these will lie about its color. Now, what would I put here if the R is here? An IE, like something like fried, I think might be good. We were hoping to see this lying. Unfortunately, we didn't. All right, so we don't know what our lie is. But here, this twist is that I have to put a vowel and it includes Y as a vowel, but I have to put a vowel into these two slots. I can put vowels elsewhere, but these two have to be vowels. So I'm going to do like an OU, and I think we're not going to go for the answer. I'm going to test R at the start. Can't do round. It's tempting, though, to see if the D is lying. Do I want to do ROU, or I could do like IA even, like IA. I kind of want to, yeah, see, I can't try the R there. I'd love to try the R there. How about something like RAI? I can't do rainy, though. Oh, raid, something. I can't do raids. Well, I could, but there's no S. I was thinking about radio, but we have to put a vowel here. Is radio a word? No. How about rowdy? Roadie? Roadie's a word. I'm going to try that. Ooh, nice. Okay, this is a really good result. So we're RO, and then we know that this D was lying. So we're either an ROD here or a D here. I like to think we're ED. So we're something like roped. Now this twist will not tell us about green. Greens and yellows will be ambiguous. So what this is telling us is these could be green or yellow, we don't know, but this is definitely gray. So ROED. Now this twist is really unfortunate right now because we have to repeat a letter, but it is an excuse to do a, it's definitely an excuse to do a filler. So what could go between that? There's roamed? No. Actually, what can it be? Rude? Sorry, rude. If I hold shift here, I can actually just go through the letters. It won't let me try Q there. Oh, I'm not holding shift. Hold on, what just happened here? Yeah, Q, road, but we tried the W. E, R, U, I, O, F, G, J, K. Roked is a word. Rosed. Wait, what is this word? Robed? I think it's got to be robed. So I think our word is robed, but roked also worked. So I'm going to think about, can I do like a, I need to repeat a letter and use a K and a B is basically the conclusion. Although it doesn't really matter. If I just guess Bobby, it'll tell me it's robed and then, ooh. Oh no, that was, I think roked was the only word, but I don't know what roked means. Let's try all these again. Roded is possible. Darn, I didn't do a good enough filler. Because I don't know what roded or roked means, which means I don't like those as guesses. Sorry, road works, but there's no W. Let's go through this again. E-R-U-I-O. Roded works. Roked works. I could have just guessed something with more than just the B. It's a 50-50 because I don't know what either of these words are. That's kind of a weird answer. Roded. I'm going to go with roded. Oh, because the D could go there, it didn't have to end in D. And because of this ambiguous, I didn't realize that was yellow and it was rodeo. Darn it. Yeah, I could have even guessed rodeo here because rodeo was a double letter, so I could have done it here. Darn. Yeah, that was a bad loss. I wasn't thinking about that right. And my filler here was awful with Bobby because I thought it was between robed and roked, and I was pretty convinced it would end up being robed. Yeah, that's where the twists really get you. They can really mess with your head. All right, well, it's not the first time I've lost a blind Fusele. It's a tough one. So cool. I hope you enjoyed these games, and if you did, why not leave a like, subscribe, and a kind comment below.